Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just to address the giant elephant in the room, I sound a little different and I look a little different today, and I'm going to be talking about my surgery as I get as I get ready. So I can't really smile because I'm still very swollen, and I will kind of be touching on some things. Unfortunately, I'm not very happy right now, but I kind of want to feel normal because I don't feel normal. I'm still in a lot of pain, and I think the recovery and getting back to myself is going to be a little bit difficult. So please be kind to me on my appearance in the comments. What we're going to be talking about today, which I was very excited about, and that's why I wanted to film it, is I actually got the Physicians Formula Butter Collection, the collaboration with Casey Holmes. And I like Casey Holmes. I enjoy watching her, and when I saw that this came out, I wanted to get it. It is currently sold out on Physicians Formula. I do believe that it is coming out in Ulta soon, but I just don't have that date available. I'm sure it will come back in stock on Physicians Formula though. So it comes in a kind of thick packaging. It's not the most conducive to storing, but it is very, very pretty packaging. Slightly little bits of holographic elements on there in very pretty pink. And on the back, it has her picture, and it's got, you know, some information, a little blurb that she included with it. And they also do tell you the items and the ingredients, which I couldn't read if you paid me. But when you open it up, it looks like a little PR package. It is kind of cute. And inside you are getting the products, and since I can't read them from the back, I did pull it up on the website so I can read for you. Let me take the plastic off because I got this on the day of my surgery, actually, and I would have loved to film it sooner, but obviously I couldn't. Okay, so one thing to note, by the way, this cover does not come off completely. It is taped down and it just flips up, which may be a little cumbersome for some people. It won't truly bother me, but just see, if I'm trying to show it, it does get cumbersome. But just to let you know that this just flips up, but it does not seem to come off entirely. So in here we are getting the Butter Bronzer in, this one is Deep, which I actually haven't tried. I've only tried the light one. We are getting the Butter Blush, and this one is in Copper Cabana, which I have not tried either. And this is a new highlighter, a butter highlighter, and it is in a limited edition. I'm sorry, I'm looking down, and it's called Just Beachy. That one looks really, really pretty. It looks very sparkly, so I want to see how it transfers onto the skin. You're also getting 4 eyeshadows. Now, I personally have not tried any of the Physicians Formula eyeshadows. You'll have to let me know if you have. And these are also limited edition shades, as well as this highlighter. It is limited edition also. So I'm thinking it is just for this collaboration. So it seems here that these two are limited edition shadows, and these two might be standard in their collection. The writing on the palette, they do give you the names, but it is in white, and I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't read it. But it does say it is in Do Not Disturb, No Filter, Tropic Like It's Hot, and New Palms, which is the limited edition. And I really, really wish I could read them, but I cannot. This one, I think, is Tropic Like It's Hot. That's about the only one that I can read. You're also getting a limited edition Lippy, and this one is in the color Pop the Bubbly. I've never tried these either. Should be interesting to try out. And then, of course, you are getting the perfume that was also in the limited edition butter collection that they came out with, I think probably about 6 months ago. And I never got to try it, so let's see what this smells like. It's called Butter Paradise. It's pretty. It kind of smells coconutty, a little bit like the Butter Bronzer, but I wouldn't say exactly. It's a very nice summer scent, which is a little confusing because this came out now, which is January. But that's okay, I don't mind smelling like summer. Might get us there quicker. Just so you know, Physicians Formula is a cruelty-free company, it is paraben-free, and it is gluten-free as well. Let's do some swatches of these. The Butter Bronzer feels its usual soft self. The blush is shimmery, as you can tell here. Oh, the butter highlighter, super, super soft. And there's that one. The shades, the butter highlighter is so soft that it actually like squishes in. It's got such a soft texture. Here's the blush. It's a very strong colored blush, so I might have to go in with a light hand. And here is the bronzer in deep, which I don't know if it'll be too deep for me, but again, sometimes you can make it work if you do go in with the light hand. Here are the 4 shadow shades. You can see they're kind of applied slightly streaky. The green I had to go in with 3 times to even get that much of a swatch, and that seems to be the shimmer shade, so I don't know. Again, we'll have to see how they apply on the eyes for me to truly get an idea. The first 3 shadows feel very, very soft, just like their butter companions of their face products, and I just have to show you how squished in this got. It's so soft. I just love that texture. So I'm going to go in first with the bronzer. I'm using one of my favorite bronzer brushes, which is from Ulta. And this one isn't as dense, so it can have a light feel to it. Let me see something. Now, oddly enough, it doesn't smell as strong as the individual bronzers do. It's a very nice color. I didn't think I would like the deep one, but I actually do. So while I'm doing this, let me explain a little bit about what happened. I had a small tumor at the base of my sinus, and what happened was I was having what I thought was tooth pain. And I went to my regular dentist, and he couldn't see much. He saw that something was going on, but he didn't see much, so I had to go to a specialist, a surgeon. And I went and he did those 360 like MRI things, X-ray things, and he discovered that I had a tumor at the base of my sinus, and it had destroyed so much of the bone up here. I had had previous surgery before and I lost some bone, but the tumor wasn't there, so this tumor had grown within, I guess, the last 5 years or so. So it had destroyed almost all of the bone up here. And because it was growing, it was causing so much pain all around here and from on my teeth. And so he had to go in and remove that. And unfortunately, the tumor also destroyed my front teeth. And so I knew all along that I was going to have to lose them. The surgery's been planned for a few months now. And the prospect of that was really, really difficult for me. And so it's very emotional. And unfortunately, the temporaries that I have right now aesthetically look horrible. I'm going to be going back to the dentist and see what we can do about it. But I know it, it's not, you're like, okay, it's just teeth. It's not that big of a deal and everything. And you're right, it's really not. In the grand scheme of things, who knows? I mean, I'm waiting for the pathology to come back for the tumor and everything. It could be worse, but I don't know. For me, teeth is kind of the first thing, like, I guess you notice about people, or I'm just very self-conscious right now, and yeah. So that's why I said, please be kind to me in the comments, because I'm just feeling, and like, I didn't even want to film, but I want to film because I want to feel normal. I said I'm still not talking right because I'm still really, really very swollen and everything. And that swelling will go down and I'll be able to speak properly, but so that's part of it. Let's go into the blush. This is a really, really pretty bronzer. It's a little patchy over here, but no more than I'd say usual. Let me turn my phone off. I like to keep it on, but it never stops ringing. I'm just going in with this dense brush for a minute just to diffuse some of the bronzer. It's a little bit darker on this side than it is on this side. I also realize I'm not acting like me, the usual peppy self that I am. But I'm trying. I do want to try this blush. This is a fluffy brush that we got from Estetica. And it's not that dense, so I want to see how this picks up. It seems like a very shimmery blush. It is dark, but it's pretty. Again, I'm going to take this little bit more denser brush, not too dense, but I just want to buff this out. Looking in the viewfinder, it looks very, very strong, but I can always tone that down with some powder, so I'm not too worried about that. I think it's pretty, at least on my skin tone. I think you do need a light hand with it, just throwing that out there. I'm going to go into these eyeshadows. I'm going to take my Farrah brush that we recently got. It's a nice big fluffy one. Okay, I just want to show you the eyeshadows. See that powder? A lot. But that's a very pigmented white. You do not need a dense brush to apply this. So the healing process is going to be long. I have a lot of stitches in my mouth. I'm hoping that the pathology for the tumor comes back fine, which he thinks it will, which is good. And then I have to now then begin the aesthetic work to get me to where I start to feel like myself again. Some may call it vain. You could call me vain, but I don't feel like me, you know? And I'm really not feeling like me because this is looking kind of clownish in the in the viewfinder. I will tone it down with some powder. I'm going to take this medium shade, the shade next to it, which I again have no clue, and wow. Again, a lot of kick up. I'm kind of, oh, I want to use this as my transition. Go very light-handed, my friends. Go very light-handed. Now, the other unfortunate part is that insurance did not cover all of it. They will cover the tumor and the pathology and things like that, but they don't consider having teeth part of a medical necessity. So anything to do with the teeth is considered all aesthetic and not covered, and that's going to already cost me so far $5,000 or more, and it's probably going to cost me about another $5,000 or more out of my own pocket, which I don't have. You know, and which is why I've been saving and stuff like that. Don't understand insurance companies that don't consider having teeth essential. I even debated even coming back on camera, to be honest. And I said, you know what though? This is life. Stuff happens in life. Things happen. And I'm not going to hide. I can't hide. I mean, I could, but I won't. And, you know, I said I may get some comments about things, but not from many of you that know me and that I love dearly, but strangers may come on and say, oh, what the hell is wrong with your teeth? You know. I said, but in life, and maybe someone else has gone through this and maybe they can take something out of my experience with it, or share their experience and maybe feel better about it. So that's why I wanted to come on here and share it with you guys. And thank you to so many of you who wished me well for my surgery in the comments. You know, I posted when I, you know, the next day. I had a lot of comments on my other videos that I had pre-filmed and posted so that there would be some content. And all of you, you know, wished me well and said you were saying prayers for my surgery. And thank you guys so much. I love you so much for that. And prayers mean everything to me. And your thought, that fact that you're thinking about me and everything means everything to me. And, you know, that's why I knew I could trust coming on here and sharing all of this with you guys. I feel bad because, you know, I always go and respond to, like, every single comment. That's who I am. That is who I will always be. Like, if I'm lucky enough to grow even more and I get more and more comments, it may take me a while, but I'm going to get to every comment. Can I just say these are going on, like, beautifully? Goodness, I think I brought like every brush I own out here. I may have to go get my spray. Before I go into this darker color for my outer edge, I want to try going on my lid with this green color. I'm using my Juvia's Place JP005. It picked up a decent amount of color. Going on very, very lightly. I may go get my spray and wet it. It's actually building up okay. But let's go see what happens when we wet it. I'll be right back. Now remember I couldn't talk before. Now I'm really having a problem. Remember one other thing, that the brush you use will make a difference too. So you might want to try a thinner brush, maybe not as fluffy. It works well for me usually. You can try a denser brush. You know, work with, if you have the ability, work with different brushes to see what works best for you. I think it definitely does get more intense with a wet brush, but if you like it light, I mean, it still went on pretty with, you know, without me wetting it. After this, of course, I'm just going to take some pain medicine and go back to bed, but that's okay. That's really, really pretty. I really like it a lot. Now I'm just going to take this darker one and I'm going to go in my corner. Again, it picks up a lot. Let's try a little something on my lower lash line. Let's take this first color that I went into on a pencil brush. I usually bend down when I do this, but I realized in editing that you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to like keep my head up more. Really very, very pretty. I'm going to go back in to that light color. I'm going to add some eyeliner. And this is my Urban Decay 24/7 gel eyeliner in Perversion. If you do want to get some laugh out of my surgery experience, and when you wake up from anesthesia, you're loopy. You don't realize really what's going on, and luckily a friend was kind enough to pick me up. Thank goodness for friends, because they wouldn't let me go home alone, obviously. Like, I hadn't looked in the mirror, and when I got in the car, and I'm all loopy and silly, and like I look in the mirror, and I'm like, because I was bleeding so much, I had like blood all in the corners of my mouth. I looked like a freaking vampire. And I started, instead of getting scared, I laughed at myself. It was kind of comical. And of course I use my favorite Clinique liner. Now the only thing is I don't have an inner corner highlight, so I'm going to do my highlighter now, and maybe I'll try putting on some of the highlight as my inner corner highlight. See how that works. Do you think I brought my favorite highlighting brush? No, we're going to use this one instead. Okay, it's definitely gold and it's definitely glittery. You might be able to get a more subtle look out of it if you used like a thinner or fan brush as a highlighting brush. This one's just, of course, making it pop, but it's actually really not too bad. It does have glitter in it, I will say that. Let's try adding it to my inner corner. Ooh, kind of chunky when you use this brush. I mean, yeah, that definitely works. Sure. Let's just try some mascara. I'm giving this Lorac mascara another shot. The primer, I think, was the problem last time, but let's, you know... Ooh, it just splattered on me. It does... See how thick and gloopy it comes out? And I just coughed up a fur ball. Which, of course, made my eyes water. Which, of course, is not conducive to putting on mascara. Now, that went on so much better than the last time I tried it. I actually like it, so that's why I have to give things like another shot, you know? Overall, aside from just me going a little bit too heavy-handed on the blush and the bronzer, where is it over here? I really like this. As I said, the case is a little bit bulky. By the way, I did not mention the price. This is only $19.99, which compared to their other kit that they came out, the limited edition, that was $30. So I think $19.99, considering usually each one of these is $12 to upwards of $14. I don't know the price of their eyeshadows, but I know, you know, they're that drugstore price that's kind of up there. And plus you're getting the lippy and the perfume. I'm going to try on the lippy also as well right now. The problem with the packaging is that I'm not going to keep the lippy probably or the perfume in the box, so you're left with this box. But again, it doesn't really bother me too much in the grand scheme of things. Is it a huge deal? Absolutely not. So, you know, I'm a little uncomfortable putting on lipstick, but I'm going to do it anyway just for you guys. I never tried this formula before. It's a beautiful color. It has shimmer in it. It is not a matte color. It's super creamy, super comfortable, kind of like almost a balm, and yet it's got nice pigmentation and nice color to it. So yeah, I really like that. I said my overall thoughts on everything are, I'm super happy that I got it. I think she did a wonderful collab. I hope she had, you know, maybe she had a part in keeping this price lower than the other one. I'm very happy for her. I happen to like Casey Holmes a lot. I think she's such a sweet girl, and I'm happy to support her. And I'm really happy that I picked this up, and I'm hoping, I said, I know it will be in Ulta soon. I don't have those dates available. If I have updated information when I do the editing, of course, I'll put that in the description box. But overall, for $19.99, I highly recommend it. I'm happy with it. I love the colors, and I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much, A, for your patience, A, for your well wishes, for your being kind to me, as I know you will be in the comments about my appearance. But wherever you are, I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing week, whatever part of the world you're in, on, and around. And I'll see you very soon in my next one. Much love, everybody. Bye.